Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good daffy, whoever you are, wherever you are, however you are. Today, we're going to be continuing our playthrough of the Elder Scrolls Oblivion by buying a house. What could possibly go wrong? But first, before we do that, let's read Velwyn Benaris a little bedtime story, shall we? Oh, the Dunbar pirates are ready for another mission. Just admiring that booty. So, everything reminds me of her. Right, so let's have a bit of a read. The Locked Room is one of my favourite books. I believe it's a skill book for security, if I remember correctly. The Locked Room by Porbert Latumley. Yana was precisely the kind of student her mentor Arth Camus despised, the professional amateur. He enjoyed all the criminal types who were his usual pupils at the stronghold, from the common burglar to the more sophisticated blackmailers, children and young people with strong career ambitions with the art and science that lockpicking could facilitate. They were always interested in simple solutions, the easy way. With people like Yana always looking for exceptions, possibilities, exotica. For pragmatists like Arth Camus, or Arth Smoo, it was intensely vexing. The Red Guard maiden would spend hours in front of a lock, prodding with it with the wires and picks, flirting with the keys and driver pins, exploring the hull of a sort of casual fascinating that no delinquent possesses. Long after fellow students had opened their test locks and moved on, Yana was still playing with hers. The fact that she always opened it eventually, no matter how advanced the lock it was, irked Arth Camus even further. "You're making things much too difficult," he would roar, boxing her ears. "Speed is of the essence, not merely technical know-how. I swear that if you put the key to the lock right in front of you, you'd still never get around to opening it." Yana would bear Arth Camus' abuse philosophically. She had, after all, paid him in advance. Speed was doubtless an important factor for the picker trying to get somewhere he wasn't supposed to go within the city guard on patrol behind him, but Yana knew it wouldn't apply to her. She merely wanted the knowledge. Arth Camus did everything he could to think of Arth Camus did everything he could to think of to encourage Yana to move faster. She seemed to perversely thrive on his physical and verbal blows, spending more and more time on each lock, learning of its idiosyncrasies and personality. Finally, he could bear it no longer. Very late one afternoon, after Yana had dawdled over a perfectly ordinary lock, he grabbed the girl by the ear and dragged her to a room in the stronghold far from the other students, an area that has always been forbidden to visit. The room was exceptionally barren, except for one large crate in the centre. There were no windows and no other door except the one leading in. Arth Camus slammed his student against the crate and closed the door behind her. There was a distinct click of the lock. "This is my test for the advanced students," he laughed behind the door. "See if you can escape." Yana smiled and began her usual slow process of massaging the lock, gaining information. After a few minutes had gone by, she heard Arth Camus' voice again call from behind the door. "Perhaps I should mention that this is a test of speed. You see the crate behind you? It contains a vampire ancient who has been locked in there for many months. It is absolutely ravenous. In a few minutes' time the sun will have completely set, and if you have not opened the door, you'll be nothing but a bloodless husk." Yana considered only for a moment whether Arth Camus was joking or not. She knew he was a evil, horrible man, but to resort to murder to teach his pupil? The moment she heard the rustling in the crate, any doubts had been erased. Ignoring all her usual explorations, she jammed her wire into the lock, thrust the pegs against the pressure plate, and shoved open the door. Arth Camus stood in the hallway beyond, laughing cruelly. "So now you've learnt the value of fast work." Yana fled from Arth Camus' stronghold, fighting back her tears. He was certain that she would never return to his tutelage, but he considered that he had taught her at last, a very valuable lesson. When she did return the next morning, Athkamu registered no surprise, but inside he was seething. "I'll be leaving shortly," she explained quietly, "but I believe I've developed a new type of lock, and I'd be grateful if you'd give me your opinion of it." Athkamu shrugged and asked her to present the design. "I was wondering if I might use the vampire room and install the lock. I think it would be better if I demonstrated it." Athkamu was dubious, but the prospect of a tiresome girl leaving at last put him in an excellent and even indulgent mood. He agreed to give her access to the room. For all morning and most of the afternoon she worked near the slumbering vampire, removing the old lock and added her new prototype. Finally, she asked her old master to take a look. He studied the lock with an expert eye and found little to be impressed with. "This is the first and only... Sorry, let me try again. This is the first and only pick-proof lock," Yana explained. "The only way to open it is to have the right key." Athkamu scoffed and let Yana close the door, shutting him in the room. The door clicked, and he began to go to work. To his dismay, the lock was more difficult than he thought it would be. He tried all his methods to force it, and found that he had to resort to his hated student's method of careful, thorough explanation. "I need to leave now," called Yana from the other side of the door. "I got to bring the city guard to the stronghold. I know that's really against the rules, but I really think it's time for the welfare of the villagers not to have a hungry vampire on the loose. It's getting dark, and even though you haven't been able to unlock the door, the vampire might be less proud about using the key to escape. Remember when you said, if I put the key to the lock right in front of you, you'd still never get around to opening it?" "Oh, wait!" Athkamu yelled back. "I'll use the key. Where is it? You forgot to give it to me." But there was no reply. Only the sound of footfall disappearing down the corridor beyond the door. Athkamu began to work harder on the lock, but his hands were shaking with fear. With no windows, it was impossible to tell how late it would be getting. Were minutes that were flying by or hours? He only knew that the vampire ancient would know. The tools could not stand very much twisting and tapping from Athkamu's hysterical hands. The wire snapped to the keyhole. Just like a student, Athkamu screamed and pounded on the door, but he knew that no one would possibly hear him. It was while sucking his breath to scream again he heard the distinct creak of the crates opening behind him. The vampire ancient regarded the master locksmith with an insane, hungry eyes and flew at him in a frenzy. Before Athkamu died, he saw it. On a chain that had been placed around the vampire's neck while it had been sleeping was a key. So, that's another one of my favourite stories in the Elder Scrolls for Oblivion, and one that I think appears in numerous places as well. Another book I really want to try and find, if I can, is The Red Kitchen Reader. If I can find that one, that'd be fantastic. Oh, and there we go. Elwyn has woken up.
Good sir. That manor is still for sale if you're interested.
I'm very much interested, yes, thank you.
Yes, I'm selling my grandfather's house, Benares Manor. If you're interested, I could let you have it for a modest sum. I have to sell it soon, as I have pressing matters elsewhere. You're welcome to take a look at it. It is located across the street from the chapel. Once you buy, you get the key to the front door and the deed of ownership. That's the deal. Would you like to buy it now?
Yes, here's 5,000 gold.
Excellent. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must attend to those pressing matters I spoke of earlier. Good day.
I apologise, I skipped that. So, it's probably just giving directions as to where it was. You'll be able to find this Where the Spirits Have Fleas on the unofficial Elder Scrolls pages, the best Oblivion wiki out there. So, we've been given the key and the deed. Let's have a read of... In fact, why don't we tuck ourselves into bed and have a read of the deed there.
Greetings to you.
New topic 8 and 1. We will deal with the Anvil Chapel attack soon. So this is the house, and as you can see, it's a bit run down. Dead trees, you know, boulders strewn about. Topic of pilgrimage. The windows are not in the best shape. The vines are grey. Rotted wooden crates and barrels. But it's otherwise a very nice place. and somewhat wheelchair accessible. With difficulty, but accessible. So yeah, so we've opened it with the Benares Manor key. I can now make myself at home. Can I really? So this is a unique house. Oh, some nice wines there. Urn. Paintings. Some banners. This place could actually turn out to be rather nice. Now we'll check the basement in the morning, because it is a bit late. I think it's time for bed. Look, it's got a nice, lovely area. There's the window there with a bar. If you look outside, we can do some parkour. We can attempt to do some parkour. Oh, look at that. We're now on top of our house, and this building is just a leap away. Oh, game's gone to cock again. I've got to let go of the mouse. So, as I do this, I would like to talk a bit about the lore of the game. In fact, can we have a look? Ah, so the game is saying that we're in Sun's Dusk, 28th of Sun's Dusk, 3rd era, year 433. Now that's not necessarily true. With the death of Martin Septim and Uriel Septim, the Septim bloodline is now officially over. We are now in the 4th era, so this is 4E001. This guy likes his booze. We have not too bad a bed. That's the oh, there's also this room as well. A nice study area, chest, some parchment. Really, it's a nice home. Just need to spruce it up a bit. So yeah, so we will talk about that in this episode, I think. But first, we're gonna have a bit of a rest. Oh, and of course, let's read the deed. So what would it be? Benares Manor. It's Benares Manor. This document hereby states that the bearer is the sole owner and possessor of the domicile currently known as Benares Manor. Said domicile is located in the township known as Anvil, in the territory known as Cyrodiil. Bearer has full ownership rights to all of the structures, flora and land within the property borders as defined in the Anvil Construction Charter. The bearer is responsible for all matters pertaining or occurring on said property. This document also empowers the bearer to transfer rights to reassign the property as he sees fit. The bearer may amend this document to rename the manor by submitting the proper forms and payments to the Anvil Construction Charter and by filing duplicate forms with the document division of the Imperial City Archives. So, there we are. Now, let's put this torch out so we don't burn the house down. Oh, well. Let's sleep. Let's have a nice lie-in. Oh no! Ghosts! Not just any old ghost though. Benares Manor ghosts. And they move very quickly. Take that, undead fiend. Quite literally no lifing. Oh no, I got stunned. Benares Manor is haunted. I was awakened by ghosts that attacked me as I slept. As I awoke, I thought I heard a crash from downstairs. I should have search the house and investigate. sure that... Oh my word. Literature. Diaries in a hand. Okay. 2 Sun's Dawn. 3rd Era 335. The people of Anvil are worms. How dare they criticize what they don't understand? I shall have my vengeance in a form they cannot possibly imagine. I shall use the souls of the departed to prolong my own life. The tome is very specific. I must have more bodies. Yes, more bodies. 11th Sun's Dawn. 3rd Era, year 335. I must protect myself from those meddlers. They shall not interfere in my designs. I have constructed a room in the basement of this manor. It is there I will inter my corporeal self, and I will translend from this plane of existence. Only a true-blooded Benares may open the portal. So if I may fail, however unlikely that may be, a descendant may attempt to follow in my footsteps and carry on the true way. To make sure our secret is safe, I have harnessed the spirits of those whose bodies I have defiled, to forever guard that place. 15 Sun's Dawn, 3rd Era, year 335. The fools think I don't hear them speaking. I can hear their rumour and innuendo. They intend to meddle in powers they can barely comprehend. They call me an old fool and shun me. The young dare each other to step 1 foot in my yard. I have become the stuff of old wives' tales and campfire stories. They dismiss me as an oddity, but soon they will see. When all of Anvil lies in waste around me, when their corpses litter the streets and their blood dampens the earth, and they shall know my true power, be known and feared. So, and with that, more ghosts appear. More ghosts, which need punching. Oh, if there's a steady paycheck in it, I'll believe anything you say. Winston is my favourite Ghostbuster. It's brilliant. So, fun fact about Winston from the Ghostbusters, like the reason why the original actor was it Bernie Hudson? Forgive me if I like. He's my favourite Ghostbuster. I don't even know the guy who played him's name. Let's go into the basement. Oh, there's life down there as well, or unlife. Yeah, it's like the reason why he did not turn up for the he didn't make it into like the animated Ghostbusters series is because and actually he turned down the role. He wanted to do it originally, but it's like it doesn't sound like, you know, Hudson from the film. But actually, Bernie Hudson is his real name in Hudson. Oh, fucking hell! I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. Yeah. Point is, it's like So like so they had a different actor play his character, even though like, you know, the original guy. It was like, yeah. But yeah. Yeah, he was, hang on a second, I gotta look this shit up. Ernie Hudson played Winston. Fucking hell, Hudson? Bernie? My god, I'm an idiot. I apologise to the Hudson estate. Stunning strike. Can't paralyze them though, can I? Right, there's anything else to fight. Oh, hello, chest. Oh, bollocks. Never mind. So I need the blood of a Benares. Well, I know where to find some. Where's that fucking prick?
They still aren't letting me live this down. Something about Arvina Fellis is a bit off.
Heard that one.
I'm not sure where he went, but I would ask at the Count's Arms. If anyone knows where he is, it would be someone there. Do me a favor.
So, to the Count's Arms we go.
You were Martin's friend, weren't you? You were fortunate to have known him.
Yeah. Yeah, I was.
As soon as you bought the place, he pretty much up and left. I hear tell he's making his way to the Imperial City.
That's the last mistake you'll ever make. Actually, what have you got to say about Anvil?
Buildings here look different. Why? This is the Gold Coast style. Like in Hammerfell. Eastern towns look grey and dull to me.
So Hammerfell's to the west. So, we're going to make our way to the Imperial City. But we're not just going to make our way to the Imperial City. Oh, no, no. We are going to walk to the Imperial City, because we've got a lot to talk about. So let's first of all have a quick rest up. So, yeah, so I want to talk about, like, mostly lore, and then perhaps even talk about the Empire versus Stormcloak conflict going on in Skyrim 200 years from this point. In fact, let's take a different road. Let's take this road. Just for a bit of change. In fact, I think even is road here. Oh, bollocks, no mad. Right, let's go back on the road. So, in fact, how much inventory space have I got? Plenty. Good, right. So, I also need to find a trainer as well. In fact, we're going to the Imperial City. We can learn Mercantile there. Or Mercantile, however the fuck you pronounce it. Alright, what's see me? So, let's talk about how we are now in the 4th era, contrary to what the game says. So, in the 4th era, the 4th era is marked by the fact that Martin Septin has been killed, or rather has been turned into the avatar of Akatosh, and ends the Septin bloodline. Therefore,
You have my ears.
in fact, actually, what did the guard say?
Is there a problem, citizen? Long live the Empire.
Speaking of which, so High Chancellor Okato, the Imperial Army, and the Blades are all trying to keep order as they're trying to figure out who's going to be the next Emperor of Tamriel.
Hi there.
Which will prove rather difficult. Oh my word.
Speak. Duty calls. Carry on.
So, so High Chancellor Okato becomes the essentially becomes like what was it now? Not protectorate, but like pontate. I think it was a potato or whatever. He basically becomes like above the law. Within like 5 years of like the Emperor's death, he is assassinated. he fucking cacks it. He is assassinated probably by the Thalmor of the Almeri Dominion, one of the secondary antagonists of the Skyrim. So that's when like the Almeri Dominion sort of begins like their advance on the Empire. The Almeri Dominion are a Elven superiority organisation. Specifically, they care mostly about Altma, the High Elves.
It's all over, lawbreaker. Your spree is at an end. I'll take any...
I punched your fucking horse, mate.
Here's the procedure.
Right.
Yes,
No, thank you. In fact, I'm getting out of there.
Greetings to you.
Right, let's try that again.
Fine greetings to you.
Fucking hell, I know, right? In fact, let's grab some gold from... Oh, no, we can't because it's in the opposite direction. Never mind. So, as I was saying...
You've got a real bounce.
yeah, so like the Almeri Dominion, like basically begin their advance on the Empire. But this is like, again, this is like 5 years later, and like this, and a lot of stuff happens in that time. Black Marsh secedes from the Empire. Black Marsh, the home of the Argonians, which is in... In fact, let's bring up the map. Black Marsh is down this way. Blackwood, Black Marsh. Near Leyland, to the south-east. Yeah. So Black Marsh just decides to leave. Furthermore, they take revenge against the slavers to the northeast in Morrowind, in Vardenfell. Because Argonians, especially, were slaves there. Khajiit and Argonians were mostly slaves, but the Argonians, I think, felt it the most. Yeah, the bestial races, as they're called, were enslaved, and yeah, they did a number. And I think like the slave rebellion was mostly quelled by House Redoran in the end, but they took out like House Telvanni, House Vass. Yeah, they took out a lot of assets in Morrowind. Speaking of Morrowind, what else happens is that Red Mountain, the volcano in the on the island of Morrowind or Vardenfell, whichever one it is, it erupts, and from what I understand, it kills millions and causes the evacuation of thousands more. And bear in mind that like this is not a lot of time in the Elder Scrolls universe. Hundreds of years is not a lot of time in the Elder Scrolls universe, because bear in mind there are races that live for hundreds of years, or well over 100 years. I forgot what year are we in now? Yeah, 100 years. So, for example, Velwyn Benorus, or rather his ancestor, the old Benorus the Necromancer, he was around 100 years ago, and he will mention an NPC who's alive today that you can meet in Anvil. So yeah, so elves, like, they do live a long time, and they can remember this sort of stuff. So, like, do you think we could like get these taken down maybe now that, like, you know, we're kind of sort of the Oblivion Crisis now? Maybe. Oh, better just check actually. Have I got any info for me? No, that's good. So, yeah, so Red Mountain erupts, killing a great many Dunmer, who then have to evacuate to Skyrim. And they don't have an easy time there. And, like, I typically support the Dunmer's plight. You know, I mean, I'm not going to say that all Dunmer were slavers. You know, They don't deserve racism for, you know, they don't deserve the racism that they receive. You know. But yeah, it's like, hey, if they did own slaves, then yeah, fuck them. But otherwise, no, like they don't deserve the shit that they get from a lot of people who are quite comfortable. But the thing is, well, a fucking tactical genius over here. What was I saying about the? Yeah, so like and this migration is happening still, even in the events of Skyrim. Bloody hell, he did quite well for himself, this guard. But unfortunately he's dead. And now I can take his stuff. Is there anything around here? No, just a camp. Okay, fair enough. Trying to think of what else there was to say. Yeah, it's like the Dunmer is still moving after Red Mountain erupts. You know, over 100 years later. It's crazy. Orsinium, home of the orcs, in their own tongue is literally Orsinium means Orc Town. You know, to say it's like I think it's like an actual not continent, but like a massive country. You know, they could just call it Orc Town. Yeah. So it's sacked by High Rock, one of the homes of the Nords. No, the Bretons, I think. Sorry, High Rock's the Bretons, and Hammerfell. So, yeah. So that ain't good either. I thought black bears were tougher than brown bears. Well, I never.
I've fought mud crabs here.
Well, some fort ruins over there, so I might just have to add those to the map. Because I am going to need to do the Shadow Banish one. Hark at some stage. Excuse my stomach if you just had it rumbling then. Isterus, I believe, is a fort that we may need to deal with at some stage. I think it's a major skill quest, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, lovely bridge. I do like my bridges. Fuck it. Oh. Bowman, I thought it was going to be like a highwayman. Anything under this bridge? So, what else happens? Trying trying to think now. Yeah, so the Empire is basically fallen apart at this stage. And what happens is the next Emperor comes from here, the Colovian Highlands. So that's like the land between Coral and, say, Kvatch. And there is a warlord there. And he just invades the Imperial City while it's on its knees and becomes Titus Mede. Emperor Titus Mede, rather. Yeah. And so a new emperor is founded, and hey, we have the new... Take that, you fucking prick. Yeah, so he just becomes the new emperor, and that's it. The Empire then gets its ass handed to it by the Almere Dominion, the Thalmor, the paramilitary arm of the fucking acrobatics, man.
How goes it? When I saw the fiery clouds and the Daedra in the streets, I was sure we were all dead. But you saved us. I believe I heard Abenaris is in town. You should check out the Elven Gardens district. Abenaris wouldn't be seen anywhere else. The Grey Fox sounds like a dangerous thief.
She's come all the way from
Farewell.
the Imperial City, by the sounds of it. But that is not where we are meant to be. Well, rather, he is not where we're meant to be. So we're going to have a torch out, and we're going to continue on our merry way. Right, you may have to excuse me shortly. But yeah, so the Empire is defeated by the Thalmor, the paramilitary arm of the Almere Dominion. And I'm just going to see if there's any more nerve roots. It's a lovely little location, this. Right, just spare me 1 second. Right, for the most part, I am back. Got some peanut butter and chocolate. No, peanut and chocolate. Protein bar stuck in my gums, so... Trolls! How nice. So the Empire's in a bit of a state, and even with a new emperor, the Empire is somewhat on its knees. Actually did a knockback punch, nice. Nice goblin has a steel mace. Don't. It's interesting in that, like, its design is quite different to other maces. Because it's actually a morning star. I do love the mace. Look at that. It also looks like it's made of fine steel as well. But as far as I'm aware, there are no fine steel maces. So, oh, let's add this landmark. Because I think this is the place where the Nernaruk grows. It sounded somewhat lyrical. This torch is doing me bugger all. It's 2 nano roots. 3 nano roots. What's the she leaf copse? I thought so. Right, let's have a wander through the wilderness. Make our way to the Imperial City, because there's a lot that we probably haven't discovered. Or maybe even a Daedric shrine. Perhaps one dedicated to Clavicus Vile.
Yeah.
Oh, here, see no Molybal. There's a settlement over here, how nice. Brindle Home. I do believe there's a Daedra shrine around here.
Hi there. Hail.
Some interesting gear they've got on.
Yes. Good. Yes.
Goodbye.
Let's just save the game and have a look around, because I do believe there's something of interest around here. So yeah, so Stormcloak Rebellion and the Empire is what I want to talk about. So I want to know what people support. And also like no antagonism towards anyone, whatever faction they choose. My opinion on the Stormcloak Rebellion between the two sides that they're like ignoring, you know, the Falmor, who are just unequivocally bad. And if they're not, the game has not really given sufficient evidence to the contrary. Yeah, so it does like the Empire and the Stormcloaks. I think whatever happens, the Empire loses in the long run. And what I mean by that is like on the one hand, it's like I know what the devs were trying to do. They're American, so of course they're trying to go with this idea that like Empire is always bad and whatnot. And that, you know, that's fair. Like, you know, colonialism is very rarely, if ever, a force for good. But we don't really get much of an argument as to why the Empire is so bad that people want to be free from it. Now, if people just want independence, that's fine, fair enough. You know, times change, and you know, policies, people move on. You know, a lot of the old people who perhaps wanted to be in the Empire originally are no longer alive to reap the benefits of being in the Empire. We see early on in the game, like, you know, the Empire is, you know, it's just like locking down Skyrim, the border, and yeah, we do see an execution, which is very Patriot style. Oh, there we go, Daedric Shrine. Yeah, so we do see like, oh, we'll just kill him anyway. It's like, that's not the representative of the entire Empire, though. Again, not to defend the Empire, but again, like, I don't understand what the problem, or people's problem with the Empire is. Like, is it a tax problem? Is it an economics problem? A logistics problem? Is it like that the Empire is taking all the food? Is it, you know, that, you know, heritage has been stolen? We do sort of see, like, there is actually a really good point of how, like, because of the he's most like the Falmor. I think that's actually the problem. That like the Empire is now a puppet state, basically, of the Elmeri Dominion and the Somerset Isles. Yeah, and that like people will probably be fine with the Empire. Oh, this is a lovely place. We can go outside the house as well.
Good evening. It's my pleasure. Please continue. Be seeing you.
Good evening. A pleasure to speak with you.
Ah.
In the west, in old Calovia, that's where men are men. That's the Gold Coast, West Weald, and Calovian Highlands. You too.
I wonder if these NPCs are here for the vampire cure quest line. We might be able to find out. Well, no mention of it, so who knows? Maybe. But they're not marked as essential NPCs. But yeah. So, like, one of the factors of, like, the Nords wanting to leave the Empire was, like, rejecting the worship of Talos. I think it was Talos, or Tiber Septim, who had supposedly entered godhood. And it said, like, the gods were to be worshipped as the Eight. And so you got the 8 and 1, which is, like the 9 divines, but like Talos is like the sort of extra one that was like a mortal who ascended to godhood. I think Sigmar, basically.
You walk in the shadow of the corruptor. Why do you come to this place? What is your business at the shrine of Molag Bal, the tormentor of men? If you believe yourself worthy, present Molag Bal with an offering, the pelt of a lion. You have been told what must be done.
You know, we just killed some. As well. Okay. We will come back here though, because this is quite an interesting quest. Yeah. And it's actually a quest where you're going to have an even worse time if you play it on a lower difficulty. You'll see why later, but not right now, because we've got to go and deal with Benares. So yeah, it's like religious grounds were one of the reasons why people wanted to leave the Empire. Fine. I think like the whole thing of like, you know, like just kill him anyway. You know, you're like killing the player character, whatever. It's like, I think that's more negligence, an individual negligence rather than like representation of the Empire itself. But yeah, so that's my, I guess, like defense for the Empire. In terms of Stormcloak Rebellion, it's like I'm sort of fine with them, you know. Getting their independence and whatnot, like that doesn't bother me in the slightest. Like if they want to be independent, let them have their independence. My fear with the independence was like, you know, like how are people going to be treated under Nordic rule? Like, it's not just Dunmer. What about other people? Are they going to suffer as well? So, yeah, but I don't know. I don't think Skyrim would be worse independent. Yeah. So I think Skyrim's going to do alright with its independence. So yeah. But yeah, the reason why I said the Empire's going to be worse off, regardless, is because oh, I can pick up my armor from the armory. Well, we're just in the Imperial City now, so might be an idea. So yeah, I think the Empire's going to be worse off. Because hello, who's this? Is that yours? It is. Hello. That's my armoured horse there. Good stuff.
Speak. Can I help you, citizen? A short stay in our lovely Imperial prison should cool your enthusiasm for a life of crime. The drunk tank, in particular, has a unique aroma. Carry on.
This is the Dallas Plaza district. That is not Akatosh. Himself. Not the Akatosh that we know.
How can I assist you,
I do need to sell some gear. I have to go to the market district. But first, let's see to Mr. Benares.
Oh. Hello.
Have you seen the selection at Stonewall Shields?
Stonewall is the best in the city when it comes to shields.
Bye.
Goodbye. Well met. Yes, he just arrived in town recently. I believe he's staying at the King and Queen Tavern. Good day.
You were Martin's friend, weren't you? A wealthy gentleman in the Talos Plaza district named Umbacano collects alien artifacts. Perhaps he has use for someone like you. I see.
And he just so happens to be... Ah. Mr. Benares. First of all...
I'm surprised to see you all the way out here in the Imperial City.
I bet you are.
So, you think I'm responsible? I suppose you're right, because the manor used to belong to my grandfather, Lorgren Benares. I knew there was a curse on that place, which is why I sold it to you so cheap. I suppose I should have warned you, but I had to get out of Anvil. My family said I could move here to the Imperial City once all our loose ends were tied down. The manor was one of those loose ends. I fear my own greed got the better of my judgment. I hope you weren't hurt badly in that horrible place. I suppose I assumed you'd be able to...
Oh. Just give me a minute. I'll let this conversation play out and then I'll get out this message.
Lorgren Benares was a strange old man, always dabbling and experimenting with magic. He was mostly harmless, until the fateful day he came across a tome bearing the evil magic of necromancy. He became obsessed and decided that by using necromancy, he could prolong his own life. The dark arts contained in the tome called for him to dig up the recently deceased in the nearby crypts under the cathedral. When it was discovered that he did this, the Mages Guild called for a quick meeting to decide what to do. It only took minutes to decide. Led by a young upstart named Carrigal, the Mages Guild stormed Benares Manor and slew Lorgren. However, amid the chaos, his body vanished. Because of this, The people of Anvil concluded the manor must be cursed. You are the first person to set foot inside in a long time. According to the diary entry, it seems that I'm the only one who can open the secret door in the manor. And I can't help feeling slightly guilty selling you the place under these circumstances. I'll meet you in Anvil at the Count's Arms. From there, we'll try to lift the curse together.
Right. I'm just going to pause very quickly.
I'll see you in Anvil. Yes?
And we'll continue. I just need to get back to a text message my darling dearest has sent me. And everything's crashed, I think. Oh no, has it? No, it's alright. It's in a bit. Right, I am back. Now normally I would apologise, but my darling dearest wanted to know about D&D. And I am not going to apologise for the fact that she wants to know about D&D. So, an hour has passed. I don't know how, but we were talking about D&D for an hour. Let's just see if we can get some training. In fact, let's have a look and see what lurks underneath. Divine Elegance. No entrance to the sewer, more's the pity. But hey ho. So, yeah, so getting back to Stormcloak Rebellion stuff. So, honestly, I think the Stormcloak Rebellion has the right idea. I think Skyrim would be better independent. But, you know, I think maybe Ulfric Stormcloak is a good general, but is he a good governor? That's going to be the question.
Any friend of Martin's is a friend of mine. How can I help you? If you need to get rid of something quickly, check out the copious coin purse.
Okay, right, so she's not offering training yet.
Take care.
Because I am trespassing. So we shall wait in the rain for the store to open. I do love the rain. Honestly, it makes the game so much nicer. It really does.
A pleasure to speak with you. Let's get to training.
Ah, how'd you train up? Right, nice.
Goodbye.
We'll come back here soon. So, yeah, so, like, as a great many revolutions will show you, from our history alone, you can revolt.
Well met. I do have a bed available.
Good to see you.
You can absolutely revolt, but to maintain that revolution, you know, that's another matter entirely, I'm afraid. Oh, now then, that is being offered, so we'll take that. So yeah, so then again, I think Ulfric was actually, yeah, he was the Jarl before, I think, so he probably does have some experience, but as like ruling these entire people, at least I think until like the new High King is announced, I don't think Jarl Ulfric chooses to become the High King. I think like everything else is like Hoki-Dori, so as far as I can tell, the Nords are in mostly capable hands. Now, I appreciate, like I kept saying over and over again, but how does the Empire change? How does the Empire change? So, it's time to answer that as we make our way into Anvil once again. Let's go the Coral way this time, I think. Yeah, we've already been that way. Yeah, let's walk. Well, which way do we want to go? Wilderness? I think wilderness is... Oh. I forgot I've got to sell some loot. My apologies. And I've got to collect the Imperial Dragon Armor. So let's do that. So the way the Empire will change is that if
The
Skyrim...
thought of what might have happened if you and Martin hadn't stopped Dagon's invasion. But it's over. Thank Akatosh. The Oblivion invasion is over, and we've survived. I'm willing to teach, if you're willing to learn.
Oh, now then I could actually get armor
I'm
up.
willing knowledge. I can show you some new good that you want to get better. For the right price, I can make anything good as new.
She can't train me
Interest you in
anyhow.
some of my fine wares.
I have to find master training elsewhere.
It seems
Did I invest in this shop? Ah,
much as I hate to admit it, Gunwolm knows more about smithing than I do. Says it's in his blood. You want to be the best? Then you better head over to the best defense and talk to him. Getting him to train you will be no small feat, though. You'll need to convince Gunwolm you're worth his time if you want further training. May I interest you in some of my fine ways?
so yeah, I did invest
Have a
in
look at
time.
my...
So...
You've got to be...
So, if Skyrim does get its independence, how is the Empire affected? Well, first of all, like, that's another part of the Empire that's seceded.
A good
know?
price for a good customer.
Like, that's just more territory lost. More than they've already lost, and that is a lot that they've lost. And if Skyrim leaves, as Black Marsh did, what's to stop everybody else? What's actually holding the Empire together? So that becomes quite an interesting thought. I didn't realise I got so many versions of the book.
You've made a good bit of gold. Come back and see me again. Be seen.
Right, let's have the best defense. Do I have enough room for my Imperial Dragon armor? I believe I do. Ingredients. Where's the best defense?
Get your black horse, hurry here.
Is it all the way on the other side? We will find it. Um,
And you spare a penny.
but have they made this my next quest? No, they haven't. That's right. That's Stonewall Shields.
How are you?
So, what happens to the Empire when Skyrim gets its independence? Because they can't sustain that, surely. Best defense is around here, I think, isn't it? Or down there? Yeah, the best defense.
The best defense. That's me, Morrow Rufus. Light armor. The very best. I would gladly let you invest in my shop. Bye.
I'm Bernardo. I handle the heavy armor at the best defense. I'm also an advanced trainer in heavy armor, so I know what I'm talking about. Knowledge is power.
Bye.
Oh, Gwynolm. Is he out? The fucking hell has he gone? For a little stroll. Yeah, so...
What is it?
Oh, there we are.
Can I help you? Bernardo and Morrow Rufus, they don't get along. I don't understand it. I just make the armor and keep it in good shape. Mighty bold of you, asking for training. What makes you think you're worth my time? I bet you don't know the first thing about smithing. Have you read up on the history of the craft? I doubt it. You answer a simple question, and I'll think about training you. So, here it is. What does the name Hazardir mean to you?
Well, we know the answer to that. You want the Armor's Challenge.
Well, well. So you do know a thing or two. Hazardir was my great-great-grandsire's sister's son. Bet you didn't know that. All right. You're not hopeless. You want training? I'll train you. I understand Ida of Lenormand enjoys jumping off high things, like buildings. You've got a lot to learn. Good day.
So, if I think we're meant to go that way anyway. So, in fact, let's just fast travel. So, yeah, so that the Empire, like, can they really afford to lose Skyrim? And the thing is that if Skyrim is taken by the Empire, what happens? Like, I think it's just gonna be like a Pyrrhic victory, and a very short-term one. Like, yeah, you've got the Skyrim now, and then like,
Very nice place for a meal. And Wilbur has an extensive knowledge of wine.
where's he gone? There he is.
I was half expecting you not to show up. Are you ready to go to the manor? Then let's get this over with. I don't relish the thought of spending too long inside of the manor. Follow me.
Enough talk.
Greetings. What
I don't think I have to escort him. That's fine now.
Yes, what can I do for you, my tight-lipped friend? I've heard that Farron Raylas knows quite a bit about alchemy. I'm willing to teach if you're willing to learn. You too.
So, yeah, so I've got to follow him. So, is it worth the Empire actually taking Skyrim? Because like, if they keep having victories like that, how much is it going to cost them in the long run? Again, the Thalmor, the Almera Dominion, is the real enemy. Yeah, I think if Skyrim and the Empire work together, they might actually be able to push them back. But maybe it's too late for that. Which leads me to believe, like, maybe the Elder Scrolls 6 is not going to take place in Tamriel. Or, if it does, will the Empire exist as we know it? Because I think the Elder Scrolls 6 might actually take place in Akavir. The continent that, like, the Empire has been at war with for ages and constantly trying to fight with. And it makes sense given that, like, the Skyrim logo is that of the Akaviri banner. The dragon there, yeah, it's Akavir. It's an Akaviri symbol. Which way is he going to take? Sounds like he's talking in Sim speak. After you. I insist. Ah, for Christ's sakes, the back.
Okay, you lead from here. Hopefully we can make it to the basement without too much fighting. Lead on. I hope that whatever's behind the door will truly lift the curse. I hate to risk harm. This place makes me uneasy. Let's tread wisely and make our way quickly to the basement.
Oh. previously thought that if you killed the ghosts before Velvin got it, you should be good to go. See, it's interesting that Velvin will use his sword on me, defend himself against me, but not on the ghosts that can actually be harmed by it. I knew that was going to happen.
Lead on. I'll be glad to get this over with and get back to the Imperial City.
Velvin, you've got your sword out if you just want to help out a bit. Look at him there, the bone-eyed little bastard. No, I'm not getting my fatigue up again. Making the music as well.
Lead on. As soon as this opens, I'm leaving. I'm pleased we were able to get that secret door open, but I fear I can no longer assist you here. I'll wait for you at the Count's Arms.
Bloody coward. And so here we are. Oh, we can't shut the door. We will be able to, but... So this is the room. And this is the Tome of Unlife. Rather scary thing. But an interesting, unique book. Apparently worth 350 gold pieces. Yeah, I'll just take that myself. And that's Lorgren's skeleton. Now let's have a look around first. Bone meal. Bones. Oh, hello. Potion of healing, nice. Shield shock. Camberlete grows in places where people have died. As far as I'm aware, that's the entire place. Let's now speak to Lorgren. You'll notice something is missing. It's
I am Lorgren, and I desire the chance to atone for my sins. The things I've done to the people of Anvil, the horrible, unspeakable acts I've committed, demand repentance. Gary was justified in his actions.
Pay attention to that name.
Was the only way to stop the madness. I have accepted that fate now, so I may make my final
that right there is Lorgren, who's not immune to being punched. One more balls, there we go. I'll take a staff as well, because that seems like quite a good staff. 40 points on that, that's not bad. But it has like 7 or 8 uses, so that's not great. That's Lorgren's altar. And the flames do not burn. So we close it behind us, and we can open that anytime we like. Look how well it just seamlessly goes into there. You can still see some of the cracks there, but my god, that's brilliant. I like how they call it a portal, and yet you can like see the mechanisms there. Anyway. So, the reason why that name is important, the name of Carahel. Oh look. Place is fully furnished as well. Still got the booze. Still got a lovely roaring flame there. Enjoy a lovely apple. A tankard of mead. Still got the ectoplasm. Look at that. So that's the next house, and the windows are looking considerably better. I wonder if anything else has changed, like if it looks better outside as well. There's tables in the way. The windows have indeed been fixed. Oh, look at that, isn't it much nicer? Walls a bit busted still. But otherwise, it's looking a lot better than it used to. So well done us. So let's find out why that name was important. This is Carahel. Notice how Carahel was named male.
Hello there. Is there something with which I can assist you? Perhaps you're curious about joining the Mages Guild. The Anvil Mages Guild is proud to follow the example Hannibal Craven sets for us. Mastery and scholarship, free of the dark arts. You too.
Carahel is one of the most outspoken leaders of the Mages Guild in terms of the being against necromancy.
I'm sorry for running away like that, but fear got the best of me. I'm glad you talked me into coming with you. Now that the curse has been lifted, I feel like I've taken care of my family's unfinished business. Excellent work, my friend. May the manor give you many years of happiness. I'm now off to the Imperial City once more. Farewell.
And if he survives, you can absolutely see him there. The King Queen Tavern. So, that's another quest done. Let's now go to the Imperial City Prison District. You know, prison, perfect place to keep the arms and armaments of the Championess Iridium.
Can I help you?
This man is Adamus Philida. He's a very important character, but for the time being, not so important.
It is a wonderful city, and I'm proud to have served her for 40 years. But I'm ready to retire. Let the young folks take over the reins. Emperors have been assassinated before, but this time, I I don't know. It's different. Can't you feel it? A shadow is falling across all of Tamriel. Long live the Empire.
So it would be in here. This door would be locked. But if you do get in, you get to see all of this stuff. Some nice gear, arms and armaments, and they're all free to take. At least they are now. Oops, daisies. But what we're here for is the Imperial Dragon Armour. And I'm going to equip for you the entire set. And there you have it. And it's all enchanted as well. Resist frost, magic, poison, fire, and shock. So not the best enchantments, but pretty good stuff. And it is all saleable as well. And it's light armor as well. And that's what I didn't realise. That I thought it was just heavy armor. But no, it's all light armor. But now we're going to put on, in fact let's wear the Legion gear. Not gonna lie, like this is honestly some of the sturdiest looking armor in all video games. Like seriously, this looks like it can take a blow quite easily. But let's get back on, oh that's heavy armor as well as you might imagine. So let's get back on gear. I need the helm as well. What hat am I going to wear? Guess just go after that one, isn't it? Could wear that I suppose, but shock is not that common.
All hail the champion of Cyrodiil.
If I could steal a key to get in there. Okay. Oh, by the way, this is the prison. This is where we started out. Just in that cell there. Or that cell there, or... No.
Why do you bother? Go away.
Surely it was a cell here. I don't know. But... No, it can't have been. Could it? No. Point is that there's going to be a gentleman here who's going to become very familiar to us later on.
Come on. So I wanted somebody murdered. So I prayed to the Night Mother. What is that? A crime now? They even took my house, those bastards. Ah.
Oh, I can't lockpick. Damn. No matter.
How can I assist you, champion?
Unless, of course, I'd have this chap's keys. I can lock that door. The key. This takes us out here. And this is a very prominent thief, Johnbonne. And I think he is a fence. I think he's actually like one of the highest all fences in the game. I have access to that. And I have access to that door as well. So we can get in and out nice and easily. Just out of curiosity, what else is here? So we've got the officers. Let's have a quick look inside. It would be a good idea to have these locks pre-picked. Legion Commander's chest, very hard. My word, some nice stuff in that. Orcish helmet, very nice indeed. Yeah, that's the office I need to be in later. Right, let's sell off... stolen. So I need to go to the black market and sell it there.
Good day. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
Just want to get rid of anything that was stolen, really. Oh, all good.
Another satisfied customer.
That I am, thank you very much.
Farewell.
Hello.
Hello.
Good day. Thank Akatosh, the Oblivion crisis is over. Although with no emperor and no heir, I wonder what will happen to the empire. I'm willing to teach. Bye.
Very strange figure here.
How are you?
Can't lickpock.
Hi there.
Pickpocket the key. Oh, but I can sleep here, so it's like a free house. Not bad. Right. Yeah, because this is basically just a remodel of an existing inn, which probably explains why.
You've got some nimble fingers. What have you been getting into?
Seems you've bloodied your knuckles a few times.
Can I just do with the glass
Pleasure to speak with you.
In fact, I wonder if what
Only
armor he
quality
sells.
goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
Is there anything better than... No. I'll buy that, but I want a better
Thank you
enchantment.
for your patronage.
In fact, let's use one of our sigil stones.
You see.
Shielding. Skull. Skull shield. So instead of the detect life helm, we now have that.
Greetings.
Right, so on to our next quest. I need the pelt of a lion. Trying to figure out where I can get one of those. Because it's starting to be an arsehole to people. First place I'm going to try and look at is a bugger. I've got to look in all like the miscellaneous shops.
It is good to see you again. Calendil runs a nice place at the Mystic Emporium. Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
Bear pelt, fuck's sake.
Please,
People illustrate goods, maybe.
Be happy to help you. It's a beautiful city, but stay away from the waterfront. It's not dangerous, but it's dirty, and the beggars are a nuisance. The society triumphs once more, thanks to you, of course. Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Helm of the Deep Diver. 60 feet on south, drains speed, resists poison disease. Doesn't actually feel water breathing though. Just opportunity there.
Goodbye. Well met. Can I interest you in some of my wares?
What is it with everyone having...
Good day.
Bear pelts, but no lion pelts. Jensen's. Surely she's got a lion pelt somewhere.
See anything you like? Dulgro Shug always seems at ease in light armor. He moves well in it. Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in? It's been a...
I'm at a loss. Red diamond jewelry?
Good day. Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel. Take care.
See, it's alright needing a lion pelt, it's finding them. And yeah, okay, I could look around, but where are we going to find a lion?
Any friend of the society is a friend of mine. Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
I know, it's a mountain lion, right? You'd find them in a mountain. But can I actually be asked? Or do I want to buy one? Got to have sold one somewhere.
I hope I can.
I hope you can
Look
too.
at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
Fuck, if I actually better buy some repair hammers as well.
Help. You too.
Morning.
Who else would sell them? Oh, that's a thought. I need discount spells if I'm going to join the Mages Guild.
Pleasure to speak with you. Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel. A pleasure to serve you. Good day.
Divine Elegance might have one.
I hope I can. Knowledge is the only quality goods for sale here. What can I You too.
Okay, any just in these crates. Okay. Right, so we're not doing that one then. Sanguine, Namira, Mazoga, the Orc. Mazoga's gonna take a while. A Knife in the Dark, no. Separated to Birth, this is a good one. So, these two brothers have been twins who have been mistaken for each other.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. I ain't talking to you. You ain't from around here, so push off. Treasure holes near Shadenall? Not close by. Fort Nazo and Fort Fassian, though, bad news, undead, and then some. But far out and foul enough, you'll get plenty of action. If you're looking for armor, you should speak with Tercia Vedusia. Take care.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm Bazur Grogars. I got protection from the Aurum gang, so don't mess with me, or they'll fillet you real good. Boss uglies in Shadenall are the Aurums. Don't mean nothing to you. You was the outside. Just stay outside, and everything's Mr. Tinker. Got me. Thank Akatosh, the Oblivion crisis is over. Although with no emperor and no heir, I wonder what will happen to the Empire. You too.
What's new with you? Yeah? You're who? And why do I care exactly? Yeah, I don't need you, so go away, huh? I'm asking real nice because my mom brought me up right. What are you asking me for? Do I look like Vile Dog or something? Go on. Knit a doily or play a flute or something. That Ragnar seems a bit shady to me. He does a good job on the horses at the castle, though.
Ragnar, you say?
Goodbye.
The orc barbarian in my D&D game.
How are you?
Welcome to Newland's Lodge, the best place to drink in Chading Hall. Not counting the chapel. I'm Duvera Romelin. This is a dark elf bar. Cursing, spitting, and screaming? No problem. Fighting is fine with me, too. Only the guard objects. And they'll fine you or lock you up. Not my call. Naspia Cosma is really skilled with her blade. It's a shame she doesn't compete in the arena. Here you have your chapel-going Imperials and your chapel-dodging Dark Elves, and never the twain shall meet. The Imperials have the gold, houses, and top spots. Dark Elves like me left Morrowind and the whole priest-ridden tribunal nightmare. And we take the whole patriotic Imperial mission attitude with a dose of salt. Goodbye.
So, anyway, now that we've seen everyone here, we need to see Gilbert Jermaine.
Is there something I can do for you? He's alive? I was told that my mother and brother never survived. This is amazing. I'll need to go see him at once. You'll have to excuse me. I'd better leave right away. But please, come and see us in Coral. It would be wonderful for us both to be able to thank you for helping us find each other again. This reunion will be the happiest day of my life.
Afternoon.
What is it now?
Good to see you. About acrobatics.
What's new with you?
Of course. I saw a mud crab a couple of days.
What do you need? I hope Otessa is taking care of herself. She's a gifted healer. She spends all her time helping others.
I can't believe I've been reunited with my brother.
She taught me a little something.
So, we've got to go to Coral. So let's make our way there. Wait a bit, and soon he'll be here. Yeah, he's just on his way now. Another 6 hours. Let's all see the Germain brothers reunited at long last, ready to make their home. I'm going to break in, because love knows no boundaries, even locked doors. This is the drunken Gilbert's house. As you can see, he's in a bit of a state. I mean, Christ, even look at his house. Good God.
I think you should leave. I can't thank you enough for helping to reunite me with Reynold. I never would have guessed he was still alive. We have much to discuss, but if you have time, I'd beg you to stay a moment longer and hear about our home, Weatherly.
So, Separate of Birth just ends there, but there is the next quest.
The lowlands of the Great Forest rise to the upland plateau of the Colovian West. He's Reynold. I'm Gilbert. Weatherly was our family's home for generations. Our parents fled it when ogres attacked. They became separated. My father carried me to safety. He later returned and believed Reynold and my mother had perished. Since ogres are cannibals, he didn't expect to find their bodies. Thankfully, however, it seems that my mother managed to carry Reynold to safety. While my mother didn't survive, Reynold did, and for that I'm grateful. But we both want more. We want our home back. We're not fighters. You appear to have more skill than either of us. Would you go to Weatherly and see if it's still inhabited by ogres? Thank you. Now, we're not quite sure where the estate is located. We'll offer up what we know, however. We believe it's somewhere south of Coral, but north of Fort Kamala. It may be difficult to find. Since no one's lived there for many years, it may be quite overgrown by now. If you find it, let us know. We'll be waiting anxiously. I wish my father had given me a better description of its location, but for some reason all he told me was south of Coral, north of Fort Kamala.
Right, we've got some time left to play, so...
Be careful. Don't know what dangers may lurk in the Great Forest. Gilbert should be able to help you with anything you need. For now, I'm going to celebrate.
Yes, it's a bit of a weird house. And yeah, it's a good job we dealt with this guy. Because he was a yeah, it's a bit of a bad one. Oh, bugger, he has a wolf pelt and a bear pelt, but not a lion pelt. And some bones. Hey, lion pelts now, rat meat, great. Is that 3 gold? No, right, that's it. So, we've got to find Weatherly now. Oops. In fact, I think... Weatherly might be down this way. South of Coral, north of Fort Kamala. Oh, Weatherly. Did they say it? Oh, never mind. Ah, or I could ask around Coral. Never mind. That's it, you fucking wanker. I thought you fucking ass. Right, so this is Weatherly. There's your main home. That, as you can tell, has been... yeah. Should have been tossed over, and... oh, of course, there's... yeah. Well, dinner. Just suppose any lion pelts around here. Believe it or not, this is like... there's another quest similar to this. Just right there, mother's remains, and or whoever's there may be. touch the booze though, amazingly. But yeah, like, you can restore Weatherly, and there is another place as well that you can restore once you've dealt with some goblins. That is a quest we will get round to.
The children are starving.
Is your weapon stained with the foul blood of the ogre? Is it safe for us to return to Weatherly yet? Wonderful. Weatherly is ours. Are you ready to take us there now? Right. We're off. Gilbert should be able to help you with anything you need.
So the two brothers do interact with each other, it's just that I can't seem to trigger those interactions. So, yeah.
Thanks so much for getting us here safely. I'm afraid we aren't very wealthy, but here is all I can offer you at this time. Please, visit us again soon. You are welcome here any time, my friend. At long last, it's good to stand at Weatherly again. Ah, so good to be back home. Hey there. Gilbert should be able to help you with anything you need. Hey there.
So, if we come back later...
The ogres certainly made a mess of this place. Hopefully by the time you visit us again, we'll have it cleaned up. At long last, it's good to stand at Weatherly again.
So yeah, so if we come back here again in the future, there will be an opportunity to develop this storyline further. But let's stop by the black market. Because, oh, hello. Why? A familiar face has suddenly disappeared. Orange. Don't see many of those about. I wonder where he's gone. I wonder if we can find him back in Coral. At the Oak Enclosure.
Have mercy.
Ah, there he is.
It's good to have a bit of good news in these dark times. What can I do for you, hero of Coral? So, the brothers have once again reclaimed Weatherly, eh? Good for them. Don't get too many folks passing through here these days. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't buy or sell things. Goodbye.
So,
Children are starving. Please help. I've heard you know how to move in light armor.
so what else can we do? Alright, let's do this quest and I'll wrap up because it's only fair that I make the most of this episode. So, we've heard a tale of the Forlorn Watchman. We don't know too much about it. So let's find out what's going on here. Oh, before I do, just want to quickly stop by the Warlock's Look. Buy some more spells.
Any friend of Martin's is a friend of mine. Kudai seems to be in good spirits again after Henantier's return. I heard she enlisted a stranger's help in the search. Good show, I say. Can I interest you in some of my wares? thank you for your business.
If
I offer the finest goods and... Another satisfied customer. Bye.
Oh, what?
A pleasure.
Items
Have a look
sell.
around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
Ring of Transmutation, that's really good, that. 50 points of magic and it drains strength and endurance, which is fine. Does it sell any interesting books at all? No. That's fine. Bloody wolf pelt.
Goodbye.
Right.
You got a real bounce to your step. I'll bet
Yes.
you're quite the acrobat. Hero of Kvatch? How about the hero of Bravil? No need to be modest, my friend. Tadros Hellas teaches smithing at the Fighters Guild. Well, when she has the time. Goodbye.
Okay, right, let's save up and then let's do this quest. I think this will be a fairly short one.
It's my pleasure. Please continue.
Look at him there, all doe-eyed.
Seems to me that Ardaline has an admirer in Varan Vamori.
Well, the man behind you.
Have you looked around? Bravil is Tamriel's cloaca. Silverhome is the only decent place in town. Don't know why I stay here. The watchman looks like he may have been a sailor. No one knows where he came from, or why he looks so sad. I don't like talking about the dead like they're some kind of tourist attraction, but that spirit has been making his ghostly journey for years now. We've learned to just accept that he's there. Every night, short as clockwork, he appears at Bonwatch Camp at 8 on the shore of Niven Bay. He's never harmed anyone, but most people give him a wide berth. You seem curious enough, so I'll be glad to pinpoint where he appears on your map. Bye.
So.
Good tidings, citizen.
Let's hear the rhyme of the ancient mariner. See his eyes as he stops one of three. Mesmerizes one of the wedding guests. Stay here, listen to the nightmares of the sea. Look how fast we're swimming now. Ain't that much better? Very strange. I'm sure absolutely nothing is going to happen there. Which is good really, because we're not going to go there for a good long while yet. So let's wait. He's going to guide me somewhere. Unfortunately, he's not one of those arseholes who just has to have me wait for him. So I can watch him. I've waited, let's see where he's gone. So he's reached his destination. So ordinarily you'd have to follow him. Fort already. And here he is.
I was once the man known as Grantham Blake. Look for me in the mouth of the panther. Please, release me.
And so he looks beyond. So we have to find this mouth of the panther.
You've got a real bounce to your step.
Good
day. Never heard the name Grantham Blakely before. Means nothing to me. Sorry. I'm glad Mars lives here in Burville. She's an excellent healer. Sure, I know what that is. Any sailor worth his weight in sea salt could tell you. The mouth of the Panther is what they call the delta where the Panther River meets Nibbin Bay. It got its name from the pointed rocks that jut out of the water there. Sort of look like teeth. Mouth, panther, teeth, get it? Ships are always careful to stay away from it, especially when it's foggy on the bay. The rocks would tear right through a ship's hull like parchment. Be glad to. Here, let me have your map, and I'll mark the spot for you. I would gladly let you invest in my shop. The ex... Good day.
Right, so now we make our move to the mouth of the panther. And the mariner sights his home. His body lifted by undead spirits. The mariner is left alone. So this is the mouth of the panther. All these rocks here jutting out. This is the wreck. The MMA. Yeah. We're not going that way then, so we'll have to go in the other way. Fucking wraiths. Green wraith as well, great. some spells on it just so I can level up destruction a bit. Oh dear. Taking quite the beating there, so I really do need some health. I genuinely don't know where they get that damage from. Fuck me. So I'm gonna have to rest after every combat at this rate because these gloom wraiths are doing way more damage than I can really do much against. I'll take on two, let alone one. Okay, do I have anything else that I can... Right. Let's do that. Just do whatever I can to try. Ooh. How much mana do I have now? 132, nice. Right. I think we're ready to go further down. Nice. So. There we have Blakely's map. So that's where the wreckage is. If we just go there, we can find his treasure. Oh, the log of the MMA. Let's give it a quick read. After taking aboard a few more crates in Leowin, Captain Lafton pointed the May north towards the Imperial City. We pleaded with him to wait until the next morn, but he insisted on continuing despite the look of the sky. Let it be known that the decision was his. Tuesday the 14th, last seed, third era 421. Wasn't long before the May hit the storm. It was just as we suspected, far too dangerous to sail through. With the last bit of daylight disappearing, Navigator Quillen spotted an inlet at the starboard bow. The captain ordered the wheelman steer towards the inlet in the hopes of getting the May out of the Niven Bay. Just at that moment, Gable gave me the signal and we struck. He'd always had an eye for the captain's position. With the chaos going on, this was the better time than any. Only that idiot, Blakely, was still loyal to the captain. The rest of us wanted the May. The fight lasted maybe a minute or two. Blakely and Lafton knew that the fighting was futile. We tossed them down below, and now Captain Gable has set the May on course for the inlet. Hopefully we can get it secured for a while and then... What was that? Was it the... Okay. As far as we can tell, it's just the one log. And we can go to the captain's cupboard as well. Fucks. So that was it. So yeah, as you can see, can't go that way, so we've got to go this way. So let's go find the treasure. And I hope that along the way you might actually find the shrine to Periite with any luck. Oh no, might as well just find Land of His instead. So what's super helpful is I have night. The treasure is apparently concealed in some rocks. So I guess I can see these ones, but I can't see it yet. Ah, there we go. Claymore of Ember, it's not bad. Oh, it's not great actually. So let's have a quick explore around here and then we'll go back to reveal. Because I just wanted a few locations here just to help with fast travel. And then, as I say, with any luck, we can find more locations. Then, depending on like how the series goes and such, like there's always the possibility of just like, you know, using a wiki or whatever and such. Marsh Punk Camp.
Hello. Who's there?
Right, let's look at some stuff to drop. So that is easy enough. Diedrich War Axe. But what can I drop in its stead? There we go. Yeah, see, around this area there is a lot of interesting locations. Oh my. Yes, as you can imagine. But without dagger go. Who was the Diedrich dagger? Right, there's a fort over there. Oh, there's a cave right there. And some netherite, so let's add that to the map. Kindred Cave. Oh, that's a reference to Vampire the Masquerade. The Kindred. Maybe a vampire there. And therefore lots of vampire dust, and therefore lots of money to be made. sort of red water stuff here. Oh, hello. I think Leaf Rock Cave's part of a quest. I'm not sure. Right, yeah, I'm just exploring now. Just generally having a look around, just seeing if there's anything that pings up on my map. Fucking hell, what was that? Imp. I don't think there's any other sort of forms of imp in the game. I think there's literally just imps. Not even like level specific ones. What's after me? In fact, you know what? There. Detect life, the great equalizer. It's just so great for getting you out of combat. And you could hear a blunt weapon behind me. Nice sound. How much? Lost Boy Cavern. As far as I'm aware, this actually has a story to it as well. Oh, and there's Minotaur. Great. That's my day ruined. Oh yeah, Minotaur also build weapons as well. It's grand. Right. Yo, so this one's like, oh hello, a weather journal. Long have I sought to purge the evils haunting Arendar. Even when his necrotic studies resulted in our mutual expulsion from the Begullion Mages, I persisted in guiding him towards good with a gentle hand. Alas, in our exile, my old friend has mired himself in the foul practice. In shocking discovery I learnt when he had become a miserly disciple of the Worm King, a cunning wraith, a lich. Frail memory, strengthened by dogmatic resolve, the archmages or archmages turned me away when I came to them with my discovery. My pleas for a detachment of battle mages ignored, only my long past expulsion remembered. And thus the grave duty falls only to me. I must bear the burden of purging that lich that was once a friend. I wander now into the foreboding maw of these catacombs known as Lost Boy Caverns, far from the climes of common elves and men. I hope to strike down the fearsome lich and set free the soul of Erender, and I leave this testament behind, lest I never return from these depths, as a warning to those who may follow my path. Faithful, even in exile, Vengerel. So, in case he did not make it. Let's see if we can do that. Let's solve this quest. It's an unmarked quest. Yeah, we've dealt with necromancers before. What's another one? I really want to rest up. Can't rest up by the entrance either. Okay.
What's that?
Right, it's time to get rid of some stuff, so that's not worth as much for the economy, that's not worth much. Yeah, basically those are much better value. Necromancer's robes. One of the good things about stealth in Oblivion is that even if you are detected by one monster, it doesn't mean you're detected by all of them. So you can still get a bonus on other enemies. Which is not something that a lot of video games do. see where this leads.
Who's there?
Okay. I've also got a lot of resources that I can use. Scrolls and potions. So what other targets I can pick up? This is another lone target over here. Because necromancers and other such mages have a nasty habit of running for help. So if we can deal with them first, all the better. Okay, so I think the way to beat that, like, losing control of the mouse glitch, is to, it's like, just like going to like the inventory screen or something. I think that dread zombie was regenerating health. Might be one of their abilities. So that makes them a lot more fearsome. So near as I can tell, I don't know where is there. So I'll just check the local map. I think we've cleared out this entire area. Oh no. Just a bit over here. As I can see. Good. So yes, that's this part done, okay. Ah. Hidden Bastion. Ooh. Let's have the Guild of Mages. An open threat to the Guild of Mages. Your days are at an end, your blind bureaucracy finished, your maggot-filled hearts will rot in the eaves of my inner sanctum, your flesh nothing more than tattered mort meat, your paltry souls forfeits. I will consume you, each one. The fell might of Lich Ernder Van Gardel will be your end. De Doreka, Manimarco de Dorokvach Manimarco. A letter for the once great Mages' Council. The words you read now are those of a man sentenced to the icy grip of undeath, so doomed by your hand. Though thy folly was perhaps only to follow protocol, may my fate haunt your dreams. I have vigorously trained myself as a spell sword to purge the lich that had dominated the soul of my once noble friend Arundel from my pointless expulsion. From your misguided coven barred me from the appropriate training. The blame falls upon your brow for my errors in banishing the lich. The blame falls to you for its manifestation in my mind. May the Worm King himself usurp you, you piteous hounds of... I suspect the next name was going to be Traven. An open letter to the Mages Guild. Respected Archmages, if this letter makes it to your hand, it is either through my miraculous escape from Lost Boy Cavern, or the noble hands of an intrepid explorer who did not share my gruesome fate. The dire task I undertook alone, when your hands denied me aid, ended in peril. Despite my studies I failed the casting to banish the lich befouling the spirit of my dear friend Erender. An evil took root within me. Surely your noble countenance will not be furrowed to hear. The other pieces of paper that we need to know about. Wait, it's not there if you haven't got it already. It's the symbol of necromancers. And I should wear the robes, there we go. Yeah, don't mind the arrow. You wear those robes into the Mages Guild and they will immediately tell you off. So don't be so foolish wearing such things. Yeah. They do have a Mythic Dawn robes as well. Which I discovered by accident. Right. So...
Who's there?
Ooh, nice. Sneaky blue suede shoes. And you can sleep on this slab. Nice. Folded page. Let's see what this says now. I'm not going to edit anytime soon, am I? That's okay. Let's give this a read. This day I have struck down the shade of my former friend and ally. With a heavy heart, as the lich wailed and perished, I performed the rites to extract Erender's soul from undeath and destroy the lich utterly. Oops. No dusty text prepared me for the bizarre events that occurred, but I am confident that I have freed the soul of Aranda. I feel compelled to investigate this cavern. Perhaps some dark relics here could be used for research to better combat necromancers in the future. Explore, and perhaps emerge with trophies enough to prove my worth to the guild. So, he succeeded. Or so we think. Let's find out what happened. First, I'm just going to save the game again. See what's going on here. That we need to find out. Okay. So. This is quite ominous. Oh, that was easy. Warhammer of Holy Light. Turn undead up to level 8. Nice. I'll take it. It's a Diedrich Warhammer. Not bad. Yes, I know I could get a lot of money, but... So I'm trying to go gold, nice. This day I have struck down the shade of my former friend and ally. Oh, we already read that. Great. So that's, I think, in case we didn't go to the other place, but yeah. So, he became a Lich himself, perhaps, without even knowing it. And there you have it, that's the story to Lost Boy Cavern. Man who was banished from the Mages Guild. Taking an extreme stance, and then all of a sudden, found himself becoming the very thing that he was sworn to defeat. Quite a tragic tale, really, in a way. Yeah. Now this area is new. Let's have a quick look. At the very least, we can get some more loot. Silenced. Well done, you fucking prick. Bottomless pit. we'll just finish Lost Boy Cabin and then we'll move on. But yeah, I think out of all the dungeons like people remember, it's usually this one from Oblivion that people remember. It's a great example of like the rot, decay, and oh the worms, the pitiful scrabbling of this mortal shell shall soon be quieted. Vangaril, fool, struggle no more. When you read these words, know that your greying skin, your failing breath, know that they are your own doing, your own foil and folly. Soon you will be no more, and the Lich Ernder will consume you from within. Resign unto your fate. Join us. So it appears as though he failed his mission. His soul was just another trophy. Another meal. Yes, like this is like one of the few examples of like Bethesda's really good environmental storytelling and whatnot in dungeons and caverns, because I know a lot of people really don't like the caves in Oblivion. Because they're repetitive and boring to look at, and I get that. But yeah, this is one of the few times that like really impress people. In fact, I'm not going to bother killing everything.
Hello? Who's there? Ow!
Some really good spell scrolls. Yeah, right now I just want to get out of things. Let's make our way out. And make our way back to Breville. But we are, there's so much more to the wilderness that I want to explore. Okay, let's have a quick look around. And then we'll head back to Breville. This actually appears to be a road that we're on. Yeah. But that's not marked on the map. So that's quite interesting. So this might have to be something we do in the next video. Let's see where this goes. That said it wants to chart as much of it as I can. Yeah, whatever they are, I don't want to get too close to them. Could be bandits. Could be something else. I don't know what this is over here. Just seemed like there was a light here. So, let's just continue walking on. God, we're really in the backwater, aren't we? If we're only finding rats here. That's usually a sign that if you're finding rats in the wilderness, it's like, yeah, you're on the complete outskirts of the game. Yeah, I can't find anything or think of anything anywhere else to go. Other than just follow the river back down on this side. And now you got the landmarks. Try that out of this mine. Right, let's get some sunlight. Play for a bit longer, and then because then I can actually start seeing landmarks a bit easier. Okay. So, we're going to follow the river again. I'm just going to see if there's anything on that side. Because I've no doubt there will be. I'm fairly certain there is a shrine to Perii around here, but it could be near the Imperial City. Ah, here we are. I knew there was a... there it was. Has to be around here. So... here's the shrine. This looks a bit odd. Most strange indeed. All of these NPCs are unconscious. I wonder why. Let's find out in the next bit of the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Thank you ever so much for watching. Take care, and yeah, sorry this one was a bit longer, but yeah, I just didn't really have much direction. Bought a house and thought, right, let's go from there. So yeah, we'll see what happens next time. Alright, see you later. Ta-ta for now.